What if under-earning has nothing to do with money at all? What if it's a way of trying to remain invisible? Because being seen, being successful, being fully here feels more dangerous than struggling. Here's what I'm learning about the connection between money and hiding. My name is Gerald and I am money drunk. Hiding and being invisible and under-earning. So under-earning is the compulsion to consistently earn less than you need for your basic needs. So constantly being below that threshold for your basic needs. And what if this compulsion doesn't have anything to do with actually making money, but it's a way of remaining unseen, of being unrecognized, of being below the radar, of being unremarkable. And that really resonates with me, that idea of being really unremarkable, because then that fits into my idea of not being worthy. I am not enough. So that fits in with that identity perfectly for me. So it's not conscious. It's very subconscious. And then anything that I do in order to become visible, in order to become recognized, in order to become successful, that feels dangerous. And my mind is going to subconsciously avoid that at any cost. Let me give you a concrete example of this. I once had a job, this was just a couple of years ago. I had a job where I was the manager of a corporate cafe. And as being the manager, my job was really to be the face of the cafe, to manage both the front of the house and the back of the house. Front of the house, the other servers, people who took the money, and the barista, and the back of the house, the other cooks and prep cooks. But what I always ended up doing was shortly before service ended, I would go into the back and I would do the dishes. So it was this back room, literally, where I would go back there and I would turn on some sort of motivational videos or, something crazy like that. And I would do the dishes in the back, literally hiding from not only my other coworkers, but everybody else in the corporate cafe. It was a perfect way for me not to be seen. And shortly after that, I came up with all kinds of excuses why, I didn't show up for work and I wasn't doing my job well. And eventually I got fired. And again, sent my earning into a free fall, and eventually that put my housing at risk once again, and I had to move. All this was in an effort to continue to play small. If I remained invisible, then I could play small, and then I could never express myself fully, and I could never earn what I was worth, because again, in the back of my mind, I wasn't worth anything. So hiding and shrinking was the perfect disguise for me. So here's what hiding really feels like and looks like. It's that decision that this 19-year-old boy made. The 19-year-old boy inside of me made years ago, 38 years ago. And that told me that if I didn't do X, if I wasn't on Wall Street, if I wasn't being successful in that very specific way, then I was nothing. And if I couldn't do that, if I couldn't achieve this specific status, then I was worthless. And it was even before that if I didn't have this status, if I couldn't prove to you that I belong here, then I am worthless and I'm not worth getting to know. And I'm trying to hide the real me. I'm trying to hide the fact that I am worthless and have no value. I have absolutely no value to place on to give to anyone else. And that was the lie that was formed at that early age. That was a protective mechanism, okay? It protected me from you judging me and telling me that, and rejecting me, throwing me out of society, if you will, being cast out. And so then hiding and shrinking and taking jobs that were below what I needed to survive, and systematically not following up with clients so that I wouldn't earn what I needed to. And again, it allowed me to play small. It allowed me to be less than myself. And no matter what career I jumped to, whether it was in the kitchen and rising to a certain level in the kitchen, rising to line cook or sous chef, eventually I would go to a place where I would hide, and I wouldn't be able to earn as much as I needed to. And I'm not talking about going shopping and going on extravagant vacations. I'm talking about paying for rent, paying for utilities, paying for food. Those sorts of things, I wasn't able to meet those basic needs. And that still continues today because I have that fear, that if you knew the real me, then you wouldn't like me, and I would once again be cast out. And this wall is the same wall that stops me, that stands in between me and any sort of romantic relationship. Actually, it stands between me and any relationship, whether that be professional, whether that be a friendship. That less than mentality, that idea of not being enough, stands in the way between me and the rest of the world. I get to play small. I get to feel safe. I get to feel protected in being invisible. So today, being seen remains a practice for me. How do I do that? I show up in meetings. I talk to people in my accountability groups. I ask them questions and reflect what I'm hearing back to them. That's a way of me being seen. Sharing in a meeting, that's a way for me not hiding in isolation, but being seen by the rest of the world. And it's a way for me to ask for help, because when I'm hiding and when I'm shrinking, the last thing that I want to do is to be able to ask for help. And this practice of being seen, and again, it's a practice. I have to do this on a day-to-day basis, sometimes a minute-to-minute basis. A few days ago, I let a woman in a meeting actually see the real me. My son tells me that he sees the real me. Not the person that I think I'm pretending to be, but the person that he looks up to, the person that he's trying to model his life after. Not the worst parts of me, but the best parts of me. And so far I have over 6,900 people who have watched my videos. Those people literally see me. But it's a daily practice. It comes from hitting the record button every single day, delivering a message, getting better and better at delivering that message, improving my delivery every day, improving the content I'm delivering every day, coming up with better ideas and better titles and thumbnails, the packaging, everything. Every day I have the mentality, I have the mindset that I'm going to learn something new every day, and I'm going to be able to deliver even more value to you each and every day. And that, once again, is a way for me to be seen and to be able to share my gifts with the world so that I can fully express myself. So if you saw yourself in this video at all, if you related to anything I was talking about in the video, if you have these same sorts of money blocks that are blocking you from abundance, blocking you from love, blocking you from all sorts of relationships, then go ahead and hit the like button down there and subscribe to the channel so you get more videos just like this. There's also a link down in the description. You can schedule a free call with me. Let's continue this conversation. Let's talk about what's stopping you from living the life that you truly deserve. And join me on this journey as I continue to get money sober. Watch this next video here. I put so much love and attention and intention into it. I know that you're going to love it too. One day at a time.